Hello and welcome back to another episode of Global Desi Women. I'm your host, Arti Solanki, a real estate broker, a business coach, a mom, a dog mom, and many other hobbies. Today, we are going to talk about body image and beauty standards in Desi communities. I know a lot of time we have this, India is known for having fairness creams. Like they market it in such a way that it's like everybody needs to have a light skin. There's so many cultural beauty standards that are set as an as an traditional. It's made like a literally perpetuated by media and communities that every woman has to be fair skin, long hair, slim figure. Beauty does not really have to be that. And today, that's our topic. Today, we're going to talk about body image and beauty standards. My co hosts today are Bhavana Shelley and Kavita Jasani, who is our first time coming onto the show. I welcome you both. And I this is really an interesting topic because as Indian, as with our cultural background, growing up, we've always heard about like, don't go out in the sun, you'll get dark, don't do this, you'll be, your skin will get dry, you need to have long hair, and all these things. So what are your thoughts about that, ladies? I really am interested in knowing that. Let's start out with Kavita since she's our first time being on the show. Kavita, what's your input on all these cultural standards that we've formed?
Yeah, definitely. As we in our culture, they always, make sure our hair is nice, our color has to be fair. Don't, wear the sunscreen. Uh, I think true beauty should be about more than just look.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And but our society, they give more importance to outside look than inner beauty.
yeah, yeah.
And I think for my view about the beauty is more like a kindness, confidence,
Mm-hmm.
how we make other feel instead of outer beauty.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I agree to that. And I feel like a lot of it is also influenced by Bollywood and media, right? Because they show such an image that the I feel like this impacts the younger generation, especially right growing up as a when you're a teenager, when you're growing up younger, generations are looking up to all these movie stars and they're thinking, oh, I need to be this, oh, I need to be very slim, I need to be a zero size, I need to be, because it's becoming more of a body shaming, like, if you're not a certain size or if you're not a certain color, and it gives it affects the mental
Pressure.
health of the younger
Yes.
person, I feel like. um
Yes.
yeah, Bana, what do you have to say about this?
Yeah, that I mean, I agree to what you guys are saying. It's like it's stuck in our head since we were young, and it was like, okay, don't go out in sun. It's particularly with the fair skin requirement. It's like if the
Hmm.
fair is beautiful, that's how it is taken upon. They don't even look at the features, the eyes, the nose, how um, people present themselves. As long as the skin is fair, it's considered beautiful.
Yeah,
And
Yes.
that um, that is a I think it's a universal problem.
it is.
It's not just the Indians or our Desi people that follow it. I think all around the world, it has become an kind of it was. I think now people are more aware, and they do look beyond that just first
Yeah, the
color.
size and the color. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And
They started
also,
looking at it, and 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 many young generation, they had issues, and there's a lot of women that came forward with that body shaming, against the body shaming issue. Like if you look at some of the models now, some famous models, they have vitiligo, and they're famous
Hmm.
because they know how to carry themselves. They're confident.
Yeah.
That skin condition that used to be looked down upon,
Hmm.
it wasn't considered beautiful, and that it takes a lot of courage to change it.
Yeah.
So, you know, uh, look beyond fairness is important. And with body shaming, staying healthy is important.
Yeah.
Being skinny or heavy doesn't matter. As long as you are healthy, that's what it makes sense. But in the old times, no. I know some families, like back in the days when we were growing up, they would not give their kids fatty food when they were little. Like they prevented them to eat chocolates or sugary stuff because especially girls, that they would get fat,
Hmm.
and they don't want their kids or their daughters to be looked down upon because they're heavy.
Yeah.
And that uh, it, you know it is good to feed them healthy food.
Yeah.
but,
Absolutely.
but
Chocolates is not the
yeah.
answer, but yes.
yeah, it is good to feed them healthy food, but at the same time, if they want to have a little bit of fun with, having some chocolates or
It
whatever,
shouldn't be that
uh,
that reason. It should not be that
yes,
reason for not
that
giving it.
reason, that
Yes, if it's for the health reasons, yes, you can stop the kids from having it, but
having it,
not because they're gonna grow fat or they're gonna be
Ah,
heavyweight or something. That's a negative way of telling a kid. And I know because,
right?
like you said, a lot of girls, especially because they are fed in their head that, oh, when you grow up, if you're fat, nobody's gonna marry you. If
Yep,
you're dark, nobody's gonna marry you. It becomes such a pressurizing. I think the kid probably get traumatized with all those things because the Fair and Lovely is the first cream they probably all start putting on because that's the one that's like, I think
and
every household in India probably has a Fair and Lovely tube there because
absolutely. And
everybody
I
wants to
think
be
our
fair.
generation, I think every one of us must have had
yes,
used it as well.
used
Yeah, yeah. Some
but
time in their lifetime, yes, we all
yeah,
probably
Yes,
used it.
but the good thing we didn't have a social media. Nowadays, the peer
Hmm.
pressure through social media, looking good. I
Hmm.
mean, I know they're editing their picture and they will make sure they look good.
mm,
But
So
yes,
that is, it's a
yeah.
affecting, girls, especially young age girls,
yeah.
psychological effect in their mind.
Right. And the important part of it is, how do you come out of it? Like, you understand, every young generation people, they do understand how they the look. They all can see in the mirror, right?
Mm.
Sometimes the inferiority of not being at par as others or whatever, that does affect them. For to them, I would say, be confident in who you are. And first impression to meet someone is very important. How you dress, how you present yourself, how you talk, how your demeanor is. If you take care of all of those things, people will see you beyond
Hmm.
what is the outer layer of that skin color, or of that features of or anything that you may not feel that you're good enough or something like that.
That's
It
a
can
very
You
good
can
point.
present yourself with in a different way that
Hmm.
still makes an impact on a first impression.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's a very good point, and that's something. as a Desi, or even anybody, I think that's very important to teach your kids from the very beginning to be confident about themselves, to love themselves, because without, being yourself, like appreciating what you are, and being confident in your own skin, uh, they cannot grow into a confident woman or a man, or because it's like what you teach your kids, that's how they're going to grow up to be.
Yeah.
You cannot start saying to little girls like, hey, you need to be skinny, or hey, you need to watch your color, you need to do this, a special home remedy of chana no lot, and like
Yeah.
Well, those were home remedies are good for to take care of your skin, but
yes,
not to make someone feel any less, that
yes,
Less.
because you're less than anybody, you should use this. No, you want to use this because you want to take care of your
Care of
careful
skin.
skin, yes,
Yes.
And that you're right. Like, if you're telling your kids, hey, you have this limitation, rather than you tell them that you want to love yourself and you want to like yourself, then other people will see the same qualities in you. Because these days, people, there's one side of the era where they say, oh, body shaming is not good. Looking at other people's color is not good, or whatever. But when someone looks at someone or meets someone, the first impression is that look. and
yeah,
and no one can deny that fact. It's the attraction, or even just the look, it comes up first. And that's when you want to love yourself, you want to present yourself with confidence, and that's how you can actually replace what you think that you're not there as
yeah,
others. And
absolutely. I
Yeah.
mean, like, the thing is that, um taking care of our body and taking care of our skin, our hair, is very important. I'm not saying no. And it's like, there are so many now, even in Bollywood, like the actresses are openly saying about they've done so many plastic surgeries, about, laser and this and that and Botox, and that's all fair. That's something that they want to do. That's something because the industry that they're in. And I mean, like, they have the money, or, the way to keep their skin looking 20 years younger. That's fine. But for the people who are, they want to naturally live their life, gracefully live their life, I would say just taking care of your skin is as important, but you don't have to feel ashamed of anything. Like, as we grow, as we get older, we'll have wrinkles and stuff like that. If Botox is not your thing, hey, that's fine. Then maybe the Chanano lot and like the little bit of a honey and milk mixture, and paste it on, and you still need to take care of yourself. I'm not saying you can be, like you said, meeting somebody, the first thing they're gonna see is so presenting yourself in a really nice way is very important, because you want to, when you dress up well, when you look good, when you feel good, that's when you feel confident. So that is as important as, we're not trying to say that, hey, you don't need to do all these things, but we're trying to say is that there has to be, we don't need to be ashamed of how we look.
right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
That's your,
also, especially in Bollywood, or, famous people, they're making their young daughter to go through all the plastic surgery, the Botox or nose job or lip job. I think they're too young
yeah,
uh, to, start thinking, oh, I have to be look good, I have to be skinny, fair. So that image, and in India, especially our community in here, they influenced by all the Bollywood people,
yeah. And
Yep.
also social media, right?
social
There's
media.
Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. There's so many beauty standards set on there. and there are so many special features and filters, and kids, younger girls are like editing their pictures, and they're making sure, oh, this side of the face is looking good and that side of the face is looking good, and my hair always has to be on the front side or the back side or this way. They've become so conscious of their looks that it's unbelievable the amount of these people go through, like take 100 pictures and then they'll be like, okay, yeah, this one picture came out good, the other ones are not good. So it's like they have so much, they put, I don't know, so much energy into something. It's all their pictures. I know we all say that, oh yeah, no, I didn't like this picture, oh, I don't like myself in this picture. That's fine, we do that too. But going through the point where it's like ridiculously, oh my God, I don't know how they go through all these things, where especially these influencers on TikTok or Instagram, and they, because they have to show themselves something. I feel like they show, maybe, like, some are, I'm not saying all of them, but sometimes it feels like it shows like who they really are not. And people like and follow them because they they probably want to see themselves that way. Like, you know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Like they see
Yep.
themselves in it. And
And
it's different, I guess.
yeah, and lately the makeup industry has taken a big leap forward
Mhm.
with influencing all the young generation, older, even our generation. I mean, we're falling for all these makeup hacks
Mhm.
and buying like a 7 layers of skincare routine. And I tell
Yes.
you, half of them we don't even use, we don't even have time for it. But
Yeah.
when we look at these influencers applying makeups and they're doing this and they're blending it in and this and that, and I know half of the stuff is fake, it's filtered out, okay, but it drags you in
Yeah.
to
Yes.
follow that. And so if
Yeah.
we're falling for that, think about the younger generation. I mean,
Mhm.
they're living day in, day out with
Yep.
social media, and they feel that pressure.
Yeah.
And this makeup industry has blown out of proportion with all different kinds of stuff, and they spend a lot of money. I mean,
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
things are expensive. And a lot of time what happens that people don't realize, these big factories, they make same recipe for
Or so
multiple
many different
brands,
brands.
different brands. They're making the same concealer, they're making the same foundation. It's just the different labels, and people still fall for it. But and same goes for food industries, because I've seen it in my site visits, and it was amazing to hear that when I was helping a client. Anyhow, but it's that's another thing where you apply makeup to hide whatever you're feeling that, oh, this is not right, or I have this spot here and I want to conceal it. It's good to look nice when you go out and you put a little bit of makeup, but when you are just relying on that to make yourself look good, you wind up doing way too much, which ultimately ruins your skin. First of all, you're damaging the natural skin, and second, you look fake.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Um,
Yes. Really
s-
fake.
so that's where the whole thing comes down to, when body shaming or beauty standards are really gone out of proportion.
Yeah. How would you say, like, the Desi community can redefine beauty standards for the next generation, for the younger generation? How would you say we can redefine those beauty standards?
Well, naturally, we have really good skin. Normally, they see Indian women have normal to good skin, and that's a normal standard. So, and with our Indian remedies, as you said, Janana, chana dal load, or put some honey, yogurt, a mixture of yogurt, lemon.
Egg
You know,
white.
some people egg whites. Some people use like you know,
Yogurt and turmeric.
coffee grounds to make some you know, natural exfoliator. Those are good things. They're really good. They help you. Even our you know, turmeric powder, and our older generation of women, they used to use those things to make themselves look good or make them take care of their skin. So as much as less makeup that we should all apply, or even if you're applying makeup, you know, this is one of my you know, I would say, call it laziness, is anytime I apply makeup and I am tired at night, when we come home, I don't wash it. And
Yeah.
I know it's the worst thing to do. You should always remove your makeup. So I started putting like the makeup wipes.
You probably have beautiful dreams that day.
Yeah.
Well, at least I wake up very nice and, you know, with my makeup on. But you know, I started putting makeup wipes next to my bed, and at least I would now,
Yeah,
you know, run
I
through
do
the
the
makeup
same.
wipes. Whatever comes out, it's good, and I go to bed. But I should wash my face,
Yeah,
and I
I
don't
do
believe
makeup.
in all
I
the,
use, yeah, I
yeah,
use the makeup removers too at night, and but I make sure it's all cleaned, everything is taken off, and then go to bed. But like I said, I'm also lazy. Sometimes just washing my face, I usually use makeup removers and then just get it off, and so it's done,
yeah.
you know.
Like
But
some women are really good with it. They wash their faces. They're gonna, you know, apply moisturizers and routines and all that. I can't keep up with that. I
yeah,
just can't.
yeah,
So
it's
And
you know, no
now
matter how much we try, it's hard. But
hard.
for to change it, I think us, our generation, we're the same culprit of what our generation before was, is looking at the color and the body to judge someone or to
yeah,
look at them. It's in everybody. I think we need to start look beyond that and
beyond
look
that.
at the person's personality and
Hmm.
start looking, you know, making them feel like a person. Or I mean, I
Yeah,
don't we don't do that you know, as demeaning. Somehow when the first time you look at someone, it just comes up. And I think in order to change that, us women needs to be kind enough to other women.
yeah,
That's in
yeah.
general, you
Yeah,
know?
I mean, like, you know, we all go through so many hormonal problems. You know,
Yep.
we have kids, our body changes, and we have so much going on in our internally in our body that sometimes it's just out of control. Like you, no matter what you eat or drink, like for me, even if I breathe, I'll gain weight, you know. So it's not about and for the longest time I used to feel like, oh my God, I'm fat, I don't like it. But now I'm like, okay, you know what? This is who I am. And I'm fine with it. I mean, I do exercise, I watch out what I eat and everything, and but if nothing's working, nothing's working. I'm okay with it. I love myself and I'm happy with
Yeah, yeah, we have to be happy about our body, then we'll take care of and we feel more confident.
it. Mm-hmm.
So
Absolutely.
that's, yeah,
And that is the thing, right? Like even as parents or elders and in the community members, everybody needs to change the conversation around beauty to be more inclusive, more empowering, rather than, like Bhavana said, look down upon. Like right
Yep.
when you see somebody, you're like, yeah, you're not gonna say that up on their face, like, hey, this or that, but instead you know, just a kind word. Sometimes it's wonderful, you know?
yeah,
Yep.
And I feel like especially once the baby's delivered, a lot of times you hear this, and I know I have heard it too from people like, oh my God, you better start losing weight, otherwise it's gonna stay stuck on you forever. and you feel like I just delivered a baby. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, and
Yes.
instead of that, you could you could rather say something nice to that person, saying like, "Hey, you're looking good after delivering baby," make that person feel good about themselves rather
Yeah.
than giving them another pressure after delivering a baby, saying, "Hey, now start losing weight."
And that's unfortunately women does that to another women.
Women.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. And then that's a really, really unfortunate thing. And that's why I said we need to start being kind
Mhm.
to our own kind.
Yes. Yes. It is important teaching the next generation, right? Like the self-love and acceptance, and it's the beauty within, but also except for the beauty that is outside too. Like it doesn't have to be, not everybody are made in the same mold. God created us all in a different way. We all have our different, abilities and our different way of looking. And we should all accept that the way we are. And it's as simple as that, and that is what's very important. But I mean, like, even the, like you said, the beauty industries and the skincare routines. Oh my God, if you click accidentally on one of the TikTok videos on skincare routines, oh, forget it. You'll
It's
get like a
all, your thread. Everything is a skincare.
I mean, I was fascinated by the Korean skincare because they show you, like, how the glass skin look, and
That's
oh
all
my
fake.
God. I was like, wow, that would be so nice if I looked like that. I was like, whoa, I would love that. But I mean, like, I can't even promise myself that I would put moisturizer every day. So that's
No,
doing
it's
like 10 steps every morning and afternoon and at night. Oh my God, I would be standing near the sink whole day. I don't think I can do anything else.
Right. And they're so expensive, right? Everybody wants to make that big bucks while promoting all these things. It at our cost that we're not confident enough in our own self, you know?
I think there should be like a movement of promoting natural beauty and, body positivity in Desi communities. Like, there should be some kind of movement. Maybe we should do like a hashtag natural beauty or something like that. Or maybe,
yes.
maybe
Just
our listeners.
use a simple moisturizer in the morning and in the evening. That's it. You don't need to do anything.
Yeah, no, but
Yeah,
for sure,
sunscreen is the
moisturizer.
best remedy, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, I feel moisturizer is a must. Like I know I do put moisturizers for sure every day. I
Yeah.
try my 100% to do that. But it's so important because I have a very, very dry skin, and if I don't, oh my God, I you cannot even look at me if I don't put a moisturizer. It's really, my skin
No,
is
we would
so,
still
so
look at
dry.
you, Arti, because we're looking beyond that dry skin.
Ooh, I like that. I like
Yes.
that.
And nowadays, look at how many hair product.
Oh
Oh
I
my,
mean,
my God.
all the tools.
oh my God. That's another thing, like, about the hair, right? Like,
Yeah.
I remember, like, growing up, we used to be like, I used to feel like anybody I see with a silky straight hair, I would be like, oh
Hair.
my God, that is
Mm.
so nice. I have such a curly hair.
Yeah.
There were not that many hair products at that time besides the shampoo and conditioner.
Yeah.
We didn't have no straightening iron or hair dryers, or it was
We
crazy
would
time.
be ball of frizz
Yeah.
Yes.
every day.
Yes.
I had
And
an
then,
afro when I was growing up. I had a short hair and an afro. It's funny. I really had an afro. I loved that hair, I really did. I used to
You,
be very proud of my hair.
You
Yeah.
know, it was frizzy, but those that hair was healthy. I
Healthy.
mean,
Yep.
Yeah.
you know, we had so much hair. Now
Mm.
we're trying to get rid of that frizz, but at the same time, how much hair we're losing? We're losing hair every single day. I mean, there's hair everywhere,
Yep.
and it's
Except for
just
our
not
head.
good. Except for our head, exactly. Someone was complaining, a husband. We just went to a party, and we were just talking about this, that oh my God, the hair, like, how much, because one of the wives complained about her husband, saying that he was trimming his beard in the on the sink, and there were hair everywhere. And then the men took on that topic to the point that how much hair women, their wives' hair is everywhere, not just on the sink. It's on the carpet. It's on the kitchen rug. It's everywhere.
Every- Yeah.
One guy went beyond that. One time, he's got hair stuck on his toes from the socks that.
Oh no. Oh no, please. Oh my God. I don't want to hear this. Oh my
So
Lord.
yes, we do lose a lot of hair,
Yeah.
and I think
Lucky for
no matter
me.
how many.
Yeah, lucky
Yeah.
for me, at least my dogs shed more hair than I do, so I guess it it kind of like balances out for us. So the vacuum does the justice, because then my hair looks less and then the dog's hair a lot more.
But it was interesting to hear that how much I mean, I know my husband also gets, like, anytime you wash your hair, please vacuum the bathroom, because I know there's so much hair. And
Yeah.
yeah, it does. We lose a lot of hair, but and for that we should work around, instead of relying on these chemicals. But again, the
There used to be
natural.
like those natural Rita and Shikaka and
Yeah,
Serenity and
but
Yep.
but I honestly
I
never liked those, even growing up when I used to try those. I never liked that, made my hair like so dry.
dry,
It was like,
dry.
and
But
I
then
we
know.
used to do the oil treatment regular when we grew up.
yeah, I never did that when I was growing up that much either, because I hated the oil smell. I still don't oil my hair, which I should, but I don't.
I do before shampoo, like 15 minutes before, and then I shampoo.
Mm,
I don't even remember
yeah,
when was the last time I actually oiled my hair. I don't even remember.
I rarely do it, but I feel like whenever I oil my hair, I feel like that I'm losing more hair,
Hmm.
from that oil. I don't know why it feels that way, but it does. So
Yeah.
it's it's hard. But
Yeah.
yeah, our moms and our grandmothers, they all put oil in our hair when we were little. They put oil in their hair. I
Yeah.
mean, if you look at our Desi community from South, I mean, they use a lot of hair, but they have a lot of hair, but because they use a lot of oil in their hair as well. And
But
they're
then also
usually
their
their hair is
diet.
very healthy.
But I feel like even their diet, because they eat a lot of coconut, that also helps
Yes.
them with the hair growth, right? So
Yeah.
North Indians don't eat that much of a coconut, so I guess it's also what you eat, right?
What you eat. Yeah.
Their food also provides a good, healthy hair for them. Um, but yeah,
We
sorry.
eat more processed food nowadays.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That is also, the food is also one of the reason all the changes in our body and hair. And it's, we also go through hormones, so there are so many factors as a woman, affects our skin, our body, and
Mm-hmm.
how we look, and that sometimes affects, we compare with other,
Oh yeah.
Yep.
and then self confidence, you think about why me, why I'm going through this, why I
Mm-hmm.
have all the freckle on my face,
Mm-hmm.
all kind of thought comes in your mind, and then your confidence goes down.
Yep, absolutely. And then somebody else pointing it out, that mail ruins the whole thing again. So
Yes.
you
Yep.
feel like, oh, you're looking like this today. What happened? It starts from there.
Yes.
And then when you come home, you're like trying to wash your face like freaking 4 times, trying to see in your mirror, like, what's going on your face.
So I think what we can learn from this conversation today is let's not get affected by someone else's comment. Let's try
Mhm.
to think beyond that. Yeah, you want to take care of yourself, but at the same time, if somebody says something, let's not get that affected to us. And at the same time, if something seen very obvious by us, let's step back before
Mhm.
we give our comments to someone else.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes.
I agree to that
Because
because,
we could be the same culprit, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
And not knowing, not unconsciously, we
yeah.
could make something of that kind of comment. Hey,
Mhm.
what happened to your hair? Like, or
Yeah.
something to that nature. And that's something that we need to try and avoid it.
Yeah, yeah. It's gonna start from us, as um like changing our mindset to see beyond, like you said, and even for us, if somebody's saying something, I mean, like, I don't get affected very easily, very fast, especially if it's like, I don't care if somebody says about my body or my face or my hair or whatever. And anything. I don't think I get very affected by anything very quickly. But we need to be confident about ourselves. If you present yourself properly, if you are confident yourself, I don't think anybody else will have the guts to come up to you and tell you something that, oh yeah, yeah, this is how it is. And if hey, none of your business. This is who I am. This is the way it is. So, that's it.
That's
Self-love.
yep.
Hashtag self-love.
Self-love.
Self-love, that's what
That's
it
the
is.
best. Love yourself.
Yep. Absolutely, absolutely. So this has been an interesting conversation, and even a very insight for us as well, right? Like, what we have to pay attention to what we are saying and how we are saying, or how we are making the other person feel. And that is very, very important because, simplest, kindest word, just by telling somebody, hey, you look great. You're looking beautiful. It makes so much difference. It brings a smile on somebody's face. So try it, ladies, everybody. I'm requesting all the audiences here, when if you feel like if you see something that you feel like that person needs to change, step back, like Bhavna said. Just step back a little bit, think about it, think before you say something, and instead say something nice to that person, because maybe just a few kind words might change the way they feel, probably internally, because you don't know what they're going through, what their day is like, right? Just being kind is anyways, on any given day or time, being kind is a number one thing that you have to keep reminding yourself. Be kind to all, be kind to all, because that will change the way we think, the way the other person feels. And it's being human, that's all it is at the end of the day. But again, thank you, ladies. It's been a great conversation. I appreciate your time. And I hope our audiences loved the conversation today. You guys would really appreciate if you can subscribe to our channels. We are on all, our podcast is on our multiple channels, like Apple Podcasts. We are on Spotify. We are on Amazon. We are on YouTube. There are multiple channels that our podcast is distributed on. And please subscribe, like, give us a review. if there is if you want to give a shout out to somebody, you can reach out to us and you can request that as well. And we will try to bring more interesting topics again, and hope to hear from you guys. We would really want to hear your feedback, so send us your comments. That'll be great. Thank you, ladies, and we will see you all next time.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
Bye.